Wow, guys, this vlogging thing is really not working. But it's because, let me, I have to explain myself. Because today, okay, most days I don't actually do that much, if I'm being extremely honest. Like, I'll just like be in school, be at home, whatever it is. And I could definitely show you what I'm doing, but a lot of the things I'm doing are on my phone, which is what I'm using for vlogging. Can you see the problem there? So, anyway, today I basically just like read all afternoon. And then I ate whatever. Then I was like, oh, let me go for a walk, blah, blah, blah. You guys, I really have had the best experience of my entire life and I wish I documented it. So I'm just going to talk about it like a story time type thing, just because, like, this is, I don't know, I'm. Okay, so basically what happened was I was like, I'm going to go for a walk. And my initial plan was I was going to go, like, okay, you know, at this point I'm thinking, is it safe to say where I live? Our people will come for me, you know. Anyway, I live on Bagathi Way, right? So my intention was to go like on Bagathi Way and then into like South Sea, South Nairobi West, round like that, and then come back in, right? Like through, almost like go round, but using vichochoros. That was my intention. That was the plan. When I left the house, that was what I said I was gonna do. And then I got to the road and I was like, oh, it makes more sense to go like up a hill, like, you know, like go up the hill. So I decided to go where? I went to Langata, right? So I was like, cool. So I went up to Langata. And as I was walking, okay, first of all, it took me 500 yards to get to Langata. But maybe I also feel like this because it was really late. And usually when it's like late, I feel so unsafe and insecure. I think maybe that's because I haven't been out for such a long time. So I'm getting a lot of just like, you know, just that anxiety of being outside and then being outside late and I'm a woman and whatever, you know, many of those things. So anyway, so I went up Langata, and as I was walking, I'm like, oh my gosh, time is flying. I think I left the house at like 5 ish. Then to cross the road, oh my gosh, those cars were not being stopped. So I either had to run while cars are speeding or just wait until the traffic police stops them. So I said, chatuni ngoje. They're stopped. So I waited. Wow, I was waiting for so long. So anyway, I went up the hill, nini nini. By the time, and I think maybe this was like 5:30. First of all, I wanted to say the reason why I'm really struggling is like this would be such a good, like I should have, you know, vlogged me walking, things like that. But I just feel like I'm holding a bomb in my hands. That's the problem. It's like I bought this phone and I just feel like it's a bomb in my hands. Like if I use it, it's gonna be picked, it's gonna be stolen, things like that. Maybe I kind of just like need to get used to it, if like we're being extremely honest. Also, my arms are hurting, honestly, guy. Anyway, maybe I just need to get used to it. But like honestly, like I genuinely feel like it's a bomb in my hands. So anyway, I walked up nini nini. When I went to Langata, first of all, I don't know Langata that well. So where I was going, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and get some earphones nini nini. Guys, I was looking for a phone, for a shop where I can get earphones. I couldn't find a shop where I can get earphones. I was just like, what is going on, you know? Anyway, then it starts raining and I'm like, okay, I really need to find my way back home, you know, like, because now it's raining. Anyway, on my way back, I find a shop. I'm like, can I get blah blah? So I got the earphones and it was fine. And then it starts raining immediately. I've already purchased them and I'm just like, okay, let me just chill here. So I just stood there for a little bit. I chilled. And then some guy came and he's like, simkuja hapo kuna hoteli, kujeni mkae tu hapo ndani. I'm like, wapi? He's like, hapo kuna hoteli. And I felt a bit scared because I was like, oh my gosh, whose hotel? I'm like, hoteli ya nani? He's like, sini yangu, kuna fikiri ni ya nani nini. So I went and I was like, fine. So I went, I sat in the hotel. Then I don't know where he had gone. Then when he came back, he came with mates. He was like, nani anataka? And I was like, naikwapi pili pili. Then he did, there was other two girls there, by the way. It wasn't just me and him. Please, that would have been dodgy. Because he said, actually, kuna wasichana wengine hapo, so you can go and sit there. So I was like, fine. So anyway, alright, so he came back with the maize. He was like, nataka mahindi. I was like, wapi pili pili. And he was like, chukua serviette hapo. So tuka serviette, he cut for me the mahindi. I ate the mahindi and then, but like while I was still eating, the rain, it didn't stop. It just subsided a little bit. So now it was just like drizzles and stuff like that. So I decided to walk home like that. So I walked back down, started running. I ran down a little bit of that stretch. And then I had the weirdest headache a little. I don't know. It was such a strange thing. It was almost like a headache was coming on and I couldn't understand it. Then I decided to run down. And after I ran, I drank some water. And my headache was magically gone. And I was just like, wow. This is literally been a great weekend. I mean, a great Thursday. So anyway, I continued walking down. I got home like maybe an hour ago at this point. And so I want to take a shower and sleep and just like go to bed, because I need to be up really early tomorrow, so I'm just trying to sleep really early today as well. So anyway, that's my story for today. That was actually such a cool experience, to be honest. Like I'm thinking about it now, and there's so many ways that could have gone wrong, because I was walking outside alone at night, and there was just so many ways that could have gone wrong. But I'm so glad that I didn't let fear hold me back, honestly, because I feel like, and I've said this before today, fear really, really, really holds me back. And I think sometimes it protects me, but I think a lot of times it just keeps me from doing things that could make me feel like I'm living, So anyway, that was my experience for today, and that's about it. Good night. So outfit of the day, I'm wearing this jacket and this. I have my sports bra, my normal bra, and then these pants that I've had since high school. My favorite thing in the entire world. I like this sweater because it makes me look like I have a shape-ish, Absolutely love it. Anyway, now getting ready. I'm about to leave. Guys, let me tell you, I don't know why I'm so excited for this, but I'm just over the moon excited. So I'm at the sports complex right now, about to go and warm up. I'm so excited, guys. Back from my run, guys. I'm so tired. I don't even know what to say. I'm so exhausted. But it was so nice. I'm sorry I didn't document it either, but I was just having the time of my life, if I'm being extremely honest. I didn't run. I did the 17-kilometer walk, and I lost my ID. So if anyone finds it, please hit me up, because that really has made me, it's put a damp on my mood, guys. It's really put a damp on my mood. Anyway, I wish I could just take these challenges in stride and just not be hard on myself, but I'm really kicking myself right now for losing my ID and mentally telling myself how stupid I am, why did I do that, things like that. I'm genuinely mentally kicking myself about it, and I know I seem calm on the outside, but on the inside I'm exploding. So anyway, the walk was really good. I genuinely, this is one of the things that I'm so glad that I did, even though, yeah, whatever. I'm just glad I did it. I'm glad I went with who I went with. I'm gonna post a picture of her maybe before this, but so cute, and I'm so excited, and I'm so happy I did it, and yeah, I'm just so grateful and happy, and my life is so full right now. So regardless of all the challenges that come, I'm not going to let the bad thing, make me feel like that's all that this is, So anyway, yeah, that's the situation, guys. Hi guys, so I'm trying this thing called honesty. I'm so dramatic. Anyway, I'm trying this thing called honesty on the internet. I feel like, oh, that's so strange. Wait 1 minute. I feel like on the internet it's usually so difficult to be honest. We tend to always put our best foot forward and just always talk about the good things, and that becomes all that we talk about, and we don't show a true representation of our lives. And that's mainly because people like to see the good things. Who wants to watch depressing stuff, no one is in the mood for that. But I think for me, I just have been struggling so much lately, and I didn't want to put that on the internet because, first of all, I don't want to be vulnerable on the internet with random people, but as well, I struggle to be vulnerable in general, right? And I have a video about vulnerability, and how it's supposed to be a strength and not a weakness. And so I guess today I was just and I've done actually, today I've taken a few videos of me in the middle of crying, literally been the absolute worst day of my life. I have never had such a terrible day, and it's very frustrating because that's not how I thought today would go. I started the day off doing something that I was so excited about, and that quickly just became something that was washed over by all the negative thoughts that clouded me. And so I guess I've just been struggling for such a long time, and I haven't been honest about it. So I haven't posted it anywhere. I haven't talked about it. I don't actually talk about the way I have been feeling. Like, literally do not mention it to anybody. I like, every time I'm asked how are you, I'm like, I'm good, life is going great, I'm managing to balance school and all these other things I have going on. Literally, if I tell you about my life, you will think I have all my stuff figured out, and yet behind the scenes I am dying. But most of the time it's because I choose a good day to go out and meet people or to talk to people. I make sure that on the day that I'm talking to someone, it's a good day. It's a day that I'm positive. I make sure not to have negative energy in front of people just because I don't want to talk about how difficult life has been for me. And of course, I'm not gonna come here and start like spilling all the beans and telling on people, spilling the tea. Like, I'm of course not gonna come here and do that. But I think something that's important that I'm feeling personally right now is just this idea of sharing like my truth, my actual absolute truth, because something that is so important to me is authenticity and honesty. And I feel like on the internet we don't do that a lot, just because, as I said in the beginning of this video, like, it's much easier to share like real highlights, rather than share this sad time of your life when you are literally like in the middle of a breakdown. And I can tell you for sure, I've had a couple of breakdowns today. I've cried all day, all afternoon. Let me not be dramatic, so it's been all afternoon, not all day. There's a very big difference. I spent the morning so well, if I'm being extremely honest. The morning was so beautiful, it was wonderful, but it just all went downhill from there. And it was sparked by such a small thing that made me realize how terrible my mental health is at this moment. I just like, in that moment I was like, I'm genuinely not crying about this one thing that happened. Like, that's not something that would really stress me on its own, but on top of all these other things that are happening in my life right now, I can see how that's the reason why I cried for an entire day. So anyway, I guess I'm on this journey the next few months, just trying to turn that around. I don't know if it's going to actually turn around like realistically, just because the way I'm feeling, it really does feel like it's gonna go on forever. But something that I'm excited about is Taylor Swift stuff. So, just listening to her music actually puts me in such a beautiful, wonderful mood. Like, whether it's sad songs or happy songs, whatever it is, it really, really does put me in a good mood. But I'm also trying to get like, and I think I mentioned this in the beginning of this year, and then at some point I thought I had found, and maybe I have, I just haven't listened to those ones, but I really have been struggling to connect with gospel music. And actually, I remember listening to someone talking about like a spiritual attack or whatever, and I don't know what that means, honestly. I don't know what a spiritual attack is, but I kind of feel as if like there's something going on in my life. Like, it's not just the physical that's holding me down. Like, I genuinely am feeling like it's not just the physical holding me down. Like, there's a lot of spiritual bad forces that are really trying to get me down, and I feel like I'm constantly fighting. Like, that is literally my constant feeling. Like, I'm fighting something all the time, and it's not, and I don't know what it is, honestly. And I remember actually thinking about this a couple of months ago, and I was like, the best way for me to describe how I've been feeling this entire year is like I'm underwater and I can't get up, and I am trying so hard to breathe in, but I can't breathe in. I'm fighting in the middle. Like, I'm literally like, this is the water from here up until down, and I'm here trying to get to the surface, and I keep trying and I'm not getting there, and this is me. I don't know how else to explain, but that's the feeling that I've been feeling. That's exactly how I felt the whole year, cumulatively. And it's like, not, and I think even like me learning a lot about myself, me actually getting in tune with my emotions, is, I remember actually getting to a point where I was like, I'm tired of feeling. Like before, I was very good at not feeling. And I, one of my very best friends now, and if she's watching this video, she'll know that it's her that I'm talking about. But one of my very best friends, when we first met, which was 2 years ago, and I'm so excited, kind of love her. Oh my gosh. Anyway, when we first met, I had this I don't care attitude, and literally I did not care about anything. And she was like, when I first met you, she told me this like this year, and she's like, when we first met, like there's a way you didn't care that was a little bit scary, honestly. And I'm just like, yeah. And at the time, I genuinely did not care about anything. That was when 2019, and I know the time we met, and I know why I was like that. I was in a place where I was shutting down all my emotions, so I became very good at shutting down my emotions and closing them and just being like, that's not happening, that's not there, you know, like that became what I, you know, just sort of was like, that's what I was doing. I was just shutting down my emotions and not feeling. And I got so used to that feeling of not feeling that now that I am, you know, coupled with me building my faith, something that had to happen was for me to feel. And so I started to feel very slowly, and it became, and last year it was a lot of good feelings and happy feelings, and this year it's been a lot more negative and sad feelings. And even though so much good has happened in my life, like guys, I cannot tell you how much good has happened in my life. Like my life is full of blessings. It is full of blessings. I can tell you that 100%. I'm not sitting here saying that everything has gone wrong. No, my life is absolutely full of blessings, but somehow the negative feelings are really managing to outweigh all the positives. And so I'm really genuinely like in that place where I am tired of feeling, just because I feel like everything I'm feeling so deeply is negative rather than positive. And some days are better than others, honestly speaking. Like there are days that I will just like, you know, just move. Like I will be feeling bad, but I will move. But lately it's been overwhelming. Like it's actually genuinely been overwhelming, especially when it comes to school. And I feel like I've mentioned that before, so I'm not going to talk about that. But it has been 100% overwhelming, and I'm not okay. And that's just the fact. I'm not okay. Yeah, and I guess that's just it. That's all that I wanted to say here, because I hate that I'm becoming these people who come on the internet and complain about their lives. Like I genuinely hate that that's the kind of person that I'm becoming. But I think if this channel is about me sharing my authentic self and my life, and me trying to inspire people or whatever it is, I have to be the most honest that I can be. And if you've watched my other video, I think I kind of have talked about this as well. And I think I'm gonna be doing like I'm going to try and space these out. So it's like I'll do a sad vlog, not vlog, but like a sad video, and then a happy one, and then another sad one, just because I don't want my channel to be full of sadness. Because I am a happy person. Everybody knows that. I'm very joyful and I'm very happy, and I think because I know that that's my natural inclination, it hurts me even more that I am not feeling the joy that I would like to feel. Yeah, and it's just hard, and I kind of really hate talking about this because I'm very close to tears now, and I do not like crying in front of anybody. Honestly, I don't like crying in front of anyone at all, but you know, sometimes we gotta do it. But I'm not gonna do it on the internet. Let me tell you something, guys. I have to keep my dignity, you know. I have to have respect for myself. I'm joking. If you cry on the internet, good for you. I'm not vulnerable in that way. But yeah, I guess this is me also trying to communicate what I have been feeling, because as I said, I think I said this in like another video, I don't think that I have been communicating truly how I'm feeling, and because of that there's this false perception of how I'm really doing. And so yeah, I just felt like I kind of had to be honest before I sleep, because I'm actually going to sleep right now. It's like 9 p.m. and I'm exhausted from the day. But yeah, don't want to say hope you enjoyed this video, because why would you enjoy my pain, you know? But yeah, this is just me sharing about my life, honestly. Feel free to click off